Trollord Games. Join the fray. Trollord Games. Join the fray.
Okay, and we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is Sam. I am your castle keeper this evening, and we are running session 11. No, take that back. Session 12. Session 12, the 12th session. This is going to be good. Session 12 of Pools of Narrheit, and I am here with most of my players, although one of them could not be with us. So why don't you introduce yourself? Let's start with Matt.
How's it going, everybody? I am Matt, Grape Ape on Discord and stuff. I will be playing Trip, who is a Primal Druid Gnome. Pass to Alex.
I was muted. I was passing to Burnie. So Burnie or Alex, fight it out.
Burnie. It's Richard Clayton. I'm playing Burnie Cohlm. I'm a human fighter, young guy, big axe, looking for fun and adventure.
Now, Alex.
All right. I'm playing Gillian Flynn, a halfling archer. And I'm Alex, by the way.
And let's go to Chris.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Chris. I am playing Leanise Wollender, an Oraalau, a high elf Shindalay.
And last but not least, George.
Hi, I'm George. I'm playing Elgar Sampson, the Divine Knight, and almost maybe the Inquisitor of St. Luther.
Excellent. Who wants to do the 50 XP recap?
Notes. I'll find my notes. Wait.
I don't know if I can remember from 2 weeks ago. Pretty good week to week, but when we take a week off,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
We did have a week off.
Yep. Yeah, they had a massive streaming event last week, so they kicked us out for that day.
I've got notes if nobody else does, but
Go ahead.
I don't want to hog the recap. So Reckman and Jay left to go party to go train. The party was joined by Reckman's brother Garrick, who was a foot shorter and twice as stocky. The cleric of Durndale introduced the group to his friend, the Divine Knight Elgar. After a rambunctious night of drinking to welcome their new companions, the party wakes to return to the Oxwood to locate the lost Acolytes, with Elgar having a new tattoo on his back that says, I love... who is your god? I didn't write that down. Luther. Group returned to where they found the previous trail that broke off 4 different directions, deciding to take the most northerly path. Happening upon a second clearing, they located a second burial mound. This one eerily absent of all sound again. Burnie discovered a small door in the mound, similar to the other one. Underground staircase going down. Descending the stairs, we found a 50 by 50 foot room with 4 columns of giant spiders. Burnie got viciously bitten, dropping him. Trip and Elgar ran to kill the spider and also got bitten and paralyzed. After a close combat, the rest of our party saved us. Elgar and Leanise healed the 2 paralyzed characters. The group dispatched remaining spiders, which vomited 25 baby spiders that moved further back in the webbing. Burnie's still down. The group stabilized him with bandages. Trip began to make a poultice to cure Burnie's paralysis while everybody else went checked around. Leanise and Garrick explored the corridor to the south, which led to a statue holding a goblet and a carpet in front of it. Leanise then got paralyzed, got laid next to Burnie. Garrick and Gil checked out the room to the west, where they found a clear blue pool with 3 gems on the bottom. Obvious trap bait from our DM. Trip finished the poultice, unparalyzed Leanise and Burnie. Gil played a not funny joke on Trip, not funny at all. Leanise retrieved the gem, while Gil grabbed the history book from the room in the north. There was a similar statue. The group went south and tried to retrieve the goblet, but Leanise broke it into a bunch of pieces. And now they are to the west in the pool room, and they've found a crab hiding below.
All right, so you found a crab hiding below, and you were, when we last spoke, making big plans on how to get that crab out or something.
Yep, because we were thinking about making long spears from the wood. We'd go outside, make some nice long spears. Roast the spiders and entice the crab out with that was another idea.
There's a plan of boiling the water as well, wasn't there?
Yes, there was an idea of boiling the water.
I'm telling you guys, that's a good idea.
And there's food for a long time.
So, Leanise wants to get rid of the baby spiders. If we build like a small bonfire right in that corner and then put some big stones, say about the size of somebody's head, a gnome's head, those will get nice and super heated. I've watched a bunch of survival shows. It'll work. And then we just drop them in the well, and that crab's going to come out.
My one question is, how do we get the really hot stones from the bonfire to the well?
Yeah,
that's the only thing. If we got some kind of blanket, we can just like maneuver them onto the blanket and then just pull like a hide, maybe.
And just kind of drag them along? Yeah.
Or maybe a couple of long poles and kind of balance them on there.
Maybe a backpack with its leather.
Something
that's too heavy. I don't know. That's the other other way to do that would be build the fire right on the edge of the pool, so that we just simply have to use a couple of long poles to push them into the fire, push them in the water right off the fire.
That makes sense. And then we'll have the spears anyway, too, yeah.
That's a great idea.
I mean, it doesn't double up and take care of the spider issue, but we can build a fire under the spiders anyway.
Yeah, we can do separate fires.
How do we know that the spiders are going to stay there the whole time?
I feel like George doesn't like this plan.
I just don't think it's going to work as well as you think it's going to work, and I'm not even the DM.
So let me put it this way. It's a 10-foot pit that goes down about 20 feet. There are thousands of gallons of water in it. The water's not going to boil with a couple of little rocks. It would be a massive effort.
We don't necessarily need it to boil. We just need it to be warm enough that the crab gets uncomfortable and moves out.
Or just gets annoyed enough to move out.
Or annoyed, yeah.
I wonder if just dropping rocks down there would be enough to cause any problems.
We just
that actually might be a move, yeah.
It could be a valid point. Like, cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Well, should we try to take care of the spiders first or the crab?
I think the spiders first. I think they'll be easier.
They're easy, right?
But what do we get from dealing with the spiders?
They don't grow into 25 big spiders that kill us later.
But if we get these 3 stones, we'll never need to come back down here, so they can stay down here and get as big as they want and kill whoever they want that comes back down here to find we've already robbed everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to leaving them alive, but we were just worried they might come after us, but they look like they're hanging back there. But I think Leanise wanted to take them out.
I think he just doesn't like spiders.
Okay.
But,
I'm just a little worried if we're messing with the crab, and then all of a sudden 25 baby spiders come.
All right, so Samuel, what do you think about us cautiously, as we're watching the spiders, building a little pyre underneath that corner to make sure they're not dropping down? And if they do, we immediately get out of the way until it might be high enough to cause some discomfort and catch those webs on fire.
I mean, you can attempt whatever you'd like.
now remember, the web didn't burn that well last time. I was surprised at how little it burnt. It more smoldered, if I remember correctly.
There might be something good hiding in that nest corner, though.
I mean, maybe if we took a torch and put it on a longer pole so it wasn't quite so hard to do it, we didn't have to be quite so close to the spiders.
Or several torches on long poles.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of them, so that's the only thing we've got to be careful of, right? If they swarm,
Yeah.
we could be in trouble. Now,
Maybe.
we do have a bunch of well, maybe we should make a bunch of, we should have Trip do a bunch of poultices.
Why don't you guys get a little pyre going while I make another poultice for the next
Or maybe
hour.
make a longer fire that kind of seals off that corner. Where if they come down, then there are fires between us and them.
I mean, they could just crawl across the ceiling.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the trouble with spiders. They can...
I mean, as soon as their web goes up in flames, they might just spread out all across the ceiling, and then we're in trouble. We got a ceiling full of
Yeah,
spiders.
maybe that's just that.
What do you think, George? What's the plan? Which plan do you approve of?
Well, I don't think we have to go after the spiders. Going after the spiders might be bad.
All right.
Yeah, I'm more inclined that way myself.
All right, so can we build a nice little bonfire on the edge of the well and put about at least 10 or 15 or 20, like melon-sized rocks? They're going to get super heated, Samuel. These aren't small rocks. These are melon-sized.
I don't think the physics are with you on that, but I'll
Listen, I watch Survivor shows. They put one rock in a piece of bamboo, and it heats up a whole glass this big.
Mm-hmm. As I said, you can attempt whatever you'd like, but there are thousands of gallons of water in a 10-foot by 10-foot by 20-foot pit.
I agree that it's a workable process, but I don't know if we can gather enough rocks and heat enough rocks hot enough for the amount of water we're dealing with.
What if we just chuck one of the spider corpses down there and see if that draws it out, and then we just stab it?
Okay.
That's an idea.
I think we actually added that as one of the ideas last week too.
Yeah, I think we did.
Why don't we try that and just see what happens? Because that's low effort and no cost to us.
We should make the spears first. They're what? We should make 10 foot
Yeah, let's
spears.
make spears.
So what are you going to do?
We're going to go make spears.
Yeah, we're gonna go head out into the woods just up above and find kind of 10-foot sticks and sharpen the ends.
Okay. So for those that were in the chat, I saw in the chat that some people were saying that the stream was a little skippy. Did that fix it? I closed some things and reloaded some things, so hopefully that's better. I also closed Twitch, so I can't see your response if you're responding to me in chat. So I'm just trying to reduce the number of technical issues that we're having, other than the boiling the water with a large rock technical issue.
It looks like it's flowing pretty good.
Okay.
Nobody said anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's still...
Okay. All right. So you're going to all go out into the woods, and you're going to get a bunch of long branches, and you're going to sharpen those so that you have pointy sticks. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the plan.
To what
Because
end?
we
What's your plan here?
Get the
Ideally,
crab
we
to
draw
come
the
out
crab
and
out,
stick it with
yeah.
Oh,
and then
Okay.
stick him a bunch.
And you're not doing anything with the spiders.
We're gonna throw a spider body down there.
One
See if we
of the
can get it
ones
to
that's
come out.
already dead, though.
One of the big ones, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who all's
Yeah.
going outside then?
He said the stream's better now too.
Okay, good. Thank you. So
Gil will go out. He's got a carving knife. He can start sharpening things.
Okay. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
we might as well all go out.
we'll go out and just do. Yeah, there's no reason not to.
And so Twitch is actually Trip is actually a little busted up.
Mhm.
So it looks kind of bruised.
I think we're all bruised.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might be. Yes. Yeah.
Well, now,
Well,
I guess I got one
no.
question
Mhm.
I think I got healed.
for Trip. Bertie's like, hey, you healed me with that spell of yours. You told me not to, that it would be good as long as we're here. If I go
Yeah.
out in the clearing, will it?
Yeah,
Hello,
you
is
need
it?
you need to stay inside, my friend. The same healing that I put on effect that I put on Leanise. As soon as he stepped out of the other cave we were in, he lost the benefits of nature.
Okay.
Maybe we should all stay inside then and rest up. And then go outside the following morning.
Yeah, we
You
can
wanna-
spend a night resting.
We could go to the northern room. That one was fairly safe, right? We'd cleared that one.
And you said they did have a door on it, right, Samuel? We could shut the door?
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a door on each of the rooms.
Yeah, let's bed down for the night. I'm also gonna stuff some kind of clothing underneath the door jamb, so baby spiders don't come in.
If we are going to stay down here, I got one last thought on the spiders. If this will work, I'm for it. If you don't think it will, I'm not really wanting to spend a lot of time on them. Like, we got oil. Try to squirt that area down with oil and set it on fire.
And then run into the room.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that would probably burn a lot of the spiders and not just the web.
We'd have to be kind of throwing the oil up there. But
Well, I mean, what's the oil in?
I don't know if I have any.
That was the other question. Does anyone have oil? Because I thought we asked about this last time, and I don't think anyone did.
I don't think anybody has it. I don't.
I do
Four
not.
flasks of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
So try to throw one right before the edge of the webs to hit the ceiling and shatter and spray the webs. Yeah, give it a toss and see how it works.
Are you just going to throw one at a time, or?
I mean, let's throw one and see what it does. I mean, spiders coated with oil just recoil. They won't get aggressive, probably.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they do, we'll just spray oil all over the floor and light it on fire.
Do you want to have someone with a torch ready, just in case we can then...
Yeah. If they have a
I was
torch.
thinking that, or like an arrow or something. So if someone's ready with the fire, I'll try putting the arrow in, or the oil in there. So I'm gonna aim up into the ceiling, about halfway into the web.
Okay. And what kind of container is this in? It's in a
I don't
flask?
know. I mean, that's what I asked you. What would I've gotten those in? I bought them at the store.
The ceramic flask.
Yeah, probably like a clay pot or a ceramic flask.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I've got.
I am going to wrap a piece of cloth around an arrow and dip it in a little oil and get ready to fire.
Leanise will do the same.
Okay.
And I'll ready a spell. just in case.
Okay.
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 All right, Burnie, give me a... yeah, you don't even need to roll for it. I think that you can probably throw a flask of oil up into the opening because it's pretty big because there are 25 spiders in there. So the web's hanging pretty low. So the flask goes in there, and you hear what sounds like the flask kind of breaking.
Okay.
Loose
Do
a
the
couple of
spiders
arrows.
react at all?
I mean, they shift around. You can't really see in there, but you do see the web is moving a little bit.
You want me to give it a second one, and then we'll throw in some fire?
Yeah, I was thinking if they don't come out, do a second one, yeah.
Okay, I'll throw in a second. I'll try to go a little to the right of where that one went.
Same thing. You do see that where the other oil flask had seemed to have fallen, there the web is starting to look a little wet on the bottom of it.
Okay.
Nice.
I will fire my arrow.
And I'll fire my arrow. Leanise will fire away.
Did you light them with a torch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're lit.
Go ahead and give me a couple of attack rolls.
16 on the dice for a total of 17.
So the first one was a 16 for a total of 19.
Okay. The arrows go into the webbing, and you immediately see some flames sort of start up. And they burn back the web, but then as they're burning back the web, they sort of burn through the web, and the arrows and a bunch of spiders coated in oil that are now on fire and pissed off have now fallen down onto the ground. And they're trying to skitter away. They're not coming towards you in terms of attacking. They are skittering away. Remember, they were just the young of that mom spider, so...
Yeah.
That's okay.
They're skittering kind of in all directions. Some of them are going down the hall to the pool room. Some of them are going to that, trying to get through that northern passage, and some to the south.
Trip is going to jump on Elgar's back.
Why? Why are you doing this?
There's spiders all over the ground.
He doesn't want to be on the ground. He's only spider-sized.
Your feet are much bigger to squash them than mine are.
So how big are these spiders, by the way?
They are probably, they're like plate size, so like 12 inches.
Oh, okay. They're definitely squashable.
So, how far have they scattered so far?
I mean, they can move...
Yeah, they'll probably get pretty far.
Yeah, they're pretty fast movers.
Okay.
And so... Yeah, they've probably moved 20, 30 feet.
Well, is the speed of their move helping fires along any? Or are they going out? Fires getting bigger?
They're just they're on fire, but they're moving fast, and you can't really tell if the fire is increasing on them or not. The webs up above are no longer on fire. Everything that was on fire kind of melted through and fell out.
Okay. Are there still spiders up above and web?
Looks like it, yeah.
Did anything other than spiders fall out?
Nope.
Okay. But how many spiders are on the ground burning, roughly?
There's at least 12 spiders that fell down and ran in various different directions.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Thanks, Jay.
I apologize. Is there a significant number of them in one location? Maybe more, 10 in a pile or something like that?
No, I mean, 12 of them fell out, and kind of equally, 4 of them went towards the north passageway, 4 of them went towards the side, 4 of them went to the south. They literally just scattered. They didn't, move in a group of 4. They just scattered into various different directions.
Okay.
Well, maybe we don't have to worry about what's left. We just go rest, kill whatever's in the northern room.
Yep.
And we may have some charred bodies to entice the... maybe prefers cooked spider as opposed to raw.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll head up into the northern room and clear out any little spiders that are up there.
So, right before we rest, I'll blow a spell of detect secret doors. I'll do that from the east wall.
In the northern room or in the main room?
Main room.
Okay.
I checked it for a while.
That's the cleric version. And that'll be 6 rounds.
And Leanise will, just to make it fun, will cast Detect Magic. And kind of walk in a 60-foot range, so might have to wander around the room a bit to catch anything and everything.
In the main room or the...
She'll start, while she's in the raid room, she'll start and she'll kind of wander to the doors and see, avoiding any spiders that are running.
Okay.
Then she could at least get all 3 rooms in there.
There's a door over here in the corner.
Oh, really?
Oh, behind the web? Behind the nest kind of area?
Explain why it's being guarded.
Yeah.
Oh, we should definitely clear the rest of the way then at some point.
I heard stories of a guy who could find this door. A little short guy. Do you guys know him? Is he around? He's really good at what he does, I'm told.
He's alright at what he does, but he's not here at the moment. I think he was like 50% accuracy right here, but you know.
Any magic going off anywhere?
So other than Burnie's backpack and the couple of items in your backpack, no magical signature in this main room.
Okay. And as I end to kind of like head to the doorways and look through. So I start at the south and I'm basically doing a circle as we're waiting, avoiding the spiders.
Nothing
Left.
in the south.
Okay.
In the pool room, one of the gems in the bottom of the pool gives off a signature.
Interesting.
And in the north, the wooden statue gives off a signature.
Ooh.
Remember, it had a magic mouth on it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I didn't have note of that. Yep. That's right. It talked to us when we came in.
Yeah, it said, "Believe not in false gods. The power of your ancestors is enough."
Who's using the gloves of dexterity that we found until Bert comes back?
I'm not sure anyone claimed them.
Gil could use them, but it wouldn't actually change. Take a score from an 18 to a 19, which I don't think actually changes much, so might be better on someone else.
It just raises dexterity by 1?
Yeah, so let's see. I think I posted it in the Discord, right?
What about Leanise? Would that help you?
Takes me from a 17 to an 18, which I don't think helps, right? Because it's 17, 18. Or is it actually? Is it?
No.
So it's no. These are +2 gloves of dexterity.
Oh.
They're thin leather gloves. They're flexible. They allow for delicate manipulation of the fingers. They add to the wearer's dexterity score in the form of an enchantment bonus of +2. You have to wear both gloves to have them active.
It'd give me, take me from a 17 to a 19, which helps me on my bow.
And your armor class.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and put them on?
Okay. Gloves of dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
I will notch an arrow. Are any little burning spiders still alive?
They all ran to the other rooms. So,
Yeah.
Leanise, when you put those gloves on, they immediately form fit to your hands,
Mm-hmm.
and they turn green.
Oh.
A dark, rich, foresty green color.
Oh, looks perfect for me. See, a 19 is a 3, right?
Yeah.
Goes with your skin tone and everything.
Exactly.
So Trip is looking for spiders in the northern room, or are you hunting them down, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I just got an arrow knocked, and if they're still alive, I'm gonna fire at them.
Yeah, so they're not attacking you. So if you can take as much time as you want. You don't even need to roll. You'll eventually stomp them out. Poor spiders.
I will kill the spiders in the north room.
I'm gonna have to shed a tear for the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Trip's killing spiders. What's everyone else doing?
Well, Leanise is back in the north room and is stomping on spiders too.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll all kind of work together, clear them from the north room, and then we can start kind of setting up a camp.
Yep.
Okay.
While we got the DM just giving us free kills, let's kill the ones in the pool room and the south room too, just so that they're dead.
Just to be clear, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So, if you want to go hunt down the rest of those 12 spiders that escaped, you can do so. That's not a problem.
Yeah, why don't we?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
We might as well.
All right, consider it done. That takes about 15-20 minutes because if you shut those doors, there's not really very far for those spiders to go.
Yeah, you kind of got to trap them and then stop. What about the ones that are left in the web? Are they just kind of staying there?
They're sort of moving around in it, but they don't appear to be leaving.
Right.
They might be gone in the morning since we destroyed their home. They might run out into the forest.
That's true.
Yeah, we can hope.
Well, they may have grown.
So we might want to close these doors.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
definitely.
Other rooms
Close the doors, yeah.
so that they don't have those as options.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to close some of these doors? Do they? So the northern room, does the doors to the south close from our side?
Yeah, you can close all 3 doors if you want to.
Okay. So we wouldn't be locked. Would we be locked in our room from the outside or locked in the inside?
So the only one of these doors that was shut when you got here is the one that's to the west. The other 2 were ajar.
All right.
Which way does the door open, into the room or out of the room in the north?
They both open out of the room.
Okay, so we can't spike it shut. So.
I definitely like Trip's idea of shoving some clothes or something in the gap so little spiders can't come through.
Yep.
There is that little rug in your room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I say, we can pick it up and roll it up in front of the door, because I'm assuming the gap's probably mostly the door bottom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do that. Anything else?
Watch order.
Is there a way to bar the door from this side?
There are notches or little J-hooks on the other side of the door if you wanted to put something there. There is not a piece of wood or anything that is in there that was being used for that, so you'd have to find something to use.
Perhaps we don't have the door shut. So nobody can lock us in.
The J-hooks are on our side, right, you said?
Yes.
Oh, they're on our side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which
Yeah.
is puzzling, right? The door opens out.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what...
it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
We can run up and find like a branch or something that seems like it'll kind of fit better than nothing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should go ahead and, I don't know, we can leave it kind of open or closed, but I think we need to set the watch out in the stairwell.
Oh, you think? Okay, yeah, maybe don't bar it shut and have the watch person be out in the main room with the spiders.
Not with the spiders, but up the stairwell, because I think if we see anything coming, it's going to be coming from the forest.
Well, if we
We're a
see
little
anything
worried.
coming, yeah, we're busted anyway, so we kind of want to be secure. But maybe just standing in the doorway to the north room, we can keep an eye and make sure the crab doesn't come out and try to eat us, or keep an eye on the spiders.
Yeah. The downside of being in the stairwell is that you'd have your back to the spiders, so.
And the crab.
And the crab. But I like the doorway idea, yeah. Keep our watch
Alright.
open. Keep the door ajar, the doorway open.
So what's the watch order?
Triple take first watch.
It'll take second.
Leanise either wants the beginning of the end, so she can get some spells. Her spells back.
And Burnie will go wherever you want me.
We could just do 3 4-hour watches, right?
Or 5 2-hour. That would get everybody essentially 8
Oh yeah,
hours.
we can do that too. Just have spellcasters on first and last.
Okay, so Leanise, Trip, Gil, Burnie, Elgar.
That works.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other precautions that you're taking while you get ready to lay down?
No.
Yeah, we're good.
Just making sure.
Paranoia.
And we know danger.
You know, just for bits and giggles, Leanise is going to cast Sleep on the spiders.
Okay.
Do all the spiders fall asleep?
Any fall out of the nest.
They do not fall out of the nest, but they stop moving.
I'm going to kill the ones that aren't moving. I'm just going to shoot arrows until they all die.
Yeah, Gil can help with it.
Okay, I'll
Might as
need
well take
I'll
easy
need
kills
some
with
attack rolls.
Attacking the first spider is going to be a 10 total.
Gil?
I got a 21 total for 4 points of damage.
Okay. So Trip misses. I'm gonna say you were both shooting at the same time. Gil hits a bullseye. Trip misses, and a spider jumps out and tries to land on Trip. So let's roll initiative.
This is a little too easy so far. Something wrong had to happen.
I rolled a 3.
Well, I mean, this spider just jumped 20 feet to land on Trip.
Yep.
I rolled a 6.
7.
Okay.
That worked either way.
Okay, you all get to go first. There's one spider awake that's now on Trip's head.
Oh.
I'll just try to run over and pull it off and stomp on it. It's not that big, right?
I mean,
I'm not gonna risk trying to shoot it. Yeah.
it's a foot. It's a foot in diameter. It's 12 inches in diameter. It's pretty large. I mean, you're a halfling.
That's true.
You're only like 3 feet tall.
That's true. The Trip is also short, so that's good.
It's a third of your of your height.
Now, the one that he shot, did it fall, or did it simply, or did it wake up?
The one Gil shot fell dead out of the net, out of the web. The one that Trip shot, he barely nicked it, and it woke it up because he attacked it and he missed it.
So Leanise will run out and shout, like, "Why did you attack them?" And then just try and flick this one off the head with her staff.
So right now Gil is trying to grab the spider off of Trip's head, so I need a strength check from Gil. because that's basically a grappling action.
It'll
At
be
least they're
8
roughly
total.
the same size.
Uh,
I'm slightly bigger than it.
this spider is much stronger than you thought, and as you try to grab onto its legs and pull it off, it kind of clamps down on Trip's head, and it's now like it like laid its body as flat as possible on the top of Trip's head, and so now Gil's trying to pull its legs off, and it's definitely not coming off. Next.
Cut it off! Cut it off of him!
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a dagger and not cut it off, but I'm gonna try to cut it across
Okay.
its top, just slice it, and not go too deep.
Give me an attack roll.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes. And 11.
Its hide is much thicker than you thought, and you were trying to make sure you did not cut Trip, so you didn't use enough force.
Okay.
Next.
Leanise will take her staff and see if she can prise it off.
Okay. Roll me a strength
Oh.
check.
Yeah, never mind.
The more they try to pull this spider off, the more it's hanging on to
Yeah, it's like,
Trip's head. And actually, who's next?
Well, Trip knows exactly where his head is at, so he's gonna freak out, but then quickly reach for his gladius and just try to stab right above his head.
Okay.
Oh!
Roll me an
I mean,
attack roll.
I thought you
I'm
might
not
run
gonna,
into
I'm
a
not
column
gonna, I'm
or
not gonna hit
something.
myself. It's on my head. I know where my head is at.
Okay, famous last words.
yeah, it could be fun.
That's gonna be a. I mean, it's gonna miss, but it's gonna be a 1 total. But that's not a natural one. It's a modified one.
Oh, that's right. You have a negative to strength, right?
The negative strength.
I
What
do.
were you using to do that?
My gladius?
That's going to trigger a wastage roll on your gladius when you. Oh boy. Well, the good news is you didn't cut yourself.
There you go. Could have been worse.
Is Elgar going to do anything else?
I think Elgar might try to just be annoyed and go over and just lift the spider up off of his head, grab it by the sides, and just lift. I have a pretty good strength, and I'm priming it, so
Okay.
maybe I can lift it up and shake.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Ends up picking up Trip as well.
That would be a teen prime.
So, you pick up the spider, but it is so strong that it's actually attached to Trip still.
Yeah.
And you try to make it let go of Trip.
Yeah.
And you finally pull this thing off, but Trip takes 2 damage because of the pointy, spiky little barbs it had attached to him as it was trying to hold on. So now Trip has these 8 scratches up to the top of his head, and you're now holding this spider, and it's trying to move its legs and wiggling around, and it's like clicking its mandibles, and Yeah, so now you have a giant spider in your hand.
Okay.
A baby giant spider.
A baby giant spider.
And I see him with his bow, and I'm like, no. Then I point towards Leanise, and I'm like holding it, and I'm like, I close my eyes, and I hold this out, like between him and Burnie, like one of you,
Leanise goes
turning to the side.
Let's go throw it in the pool. Have some sport with the crab.
Oh, live bait, great.
Hey, I've got a fishing line here somewhere.
Yeah, just kill it. Come on, kill it.
I mean, are we still in melee, or?
All right, Leanise will take her staff and try and hit it.
I mean, technically you are still in melee, yes.
Okay.
But remember, we just it's basically helpless right now, so it doesn't really get a turn.
Oh, okay.
So you all can go again.
Okay.
Oops.
I rolled to see if it got out of Elgar's hands, and it did not. So.
Okay.
Leanise just rolled a 1.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
I think we rolled
Elgar.
last week as well.
8-fingered Elgar.
Yeah. Elgar, I think I might have broken one of your fingers here.
Luckily that was a staff, but Elgar takes 2 damage from the staff hitting his wrist. This is a strong little spider was making him move around, so it was hard to aim.
Yeah.
Go throw it in the water.
I will be grumbling and making.
I'll come over, and I'm actually going to steady it and stab it.
There we go.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
22.
Okay. As long as you didn't roll a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you dispatch the spider. It is now dead.
You all right, there, Elgar?
Fine.
Sorry. I wanted to hold it
I
still.
thought,
Tell him to hit it.
I thought you said they were asleep.
They are. Just don't attack them.
Very well. Come on, let's get some sleep ourselves.
I
So-
feel like we could all use a rest after that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Leanise's watch passes without trouble. Trip's watch passes without trouble. Gil's watch passes without trouble. Burnie, when you're on your watch, you hear the distinct sound of something moving around in water.
Ooh. Okay.
Everyone else is sound asleep.
I'm going to wake everybody up quietly and try to, let them know, hey, something's in the crab may be moving.
And I have the option to not wake up and maintain sleep to regain my spells.
I mean, he can wake you up briefly and tell you there's something there, and you can say, I don't care, and roll around and go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll be like, you got this.
Okay.
Tell me if it comes through the door.
Yeah, because Leanise is like, leave me alone.
Okay.
It's a crab.
Those two, you ready?
Well, Gil doesn't have any spells to get back, but he does like his sleep, so he's gonna do the same thing and just kind of roll back over and be like, let me know if it comes closer.
Elgar?
I'm sleeping to get back my mana, so.
You're on your own, bud.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go over. I'm going to walk out to the main room.
Leave it alone, like that damn spider. Just let it go.
But we want to kill the crab.
Not now. No.
Oh, fine.
It's like, really, you guys?
Come on, knowing our luck, it's like a nymph or something that'll make you go into the water and drown you.
Ooh.
See?
Yeah. A nymph.
You just made it more enticing, not less.
It might be a nymph.
She'd like this. Okay, I'm heading that way.
You're actually going to go over there?
Well, I'm just going to walk out in the main room and see if that's where I think, I'm looking out there and looking, we got like spiders everywhere trying to attack me. Or if the noise is coming from the crab room.
There is nothing happening in the main room that you can tell. It looks like the spiders are still sleeping, or at least not moving around much in their nest. And indeed, the sound sounds like it's coming from the pool room.
Okay. Well, I'm going to head over to the door of the pool room.
Okay. You hear splashing and what sounds like laughing on the other side of the door.
Ooh.
Male voices.
Well, I'm going to go back in and wake up Gil. Hey,
What is it now?
and there's people in the room, in the crab room, swimming in the pool.
Yeah, the crab will eat him. Just leave it.
Okay, I'm going to go back over there.
To the pool room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose if you are going back over, Gil, tag along, grumbling the whole time.
You hear splashing and laughing on the other side again.
See?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I don't know if we should open the door, though. I think maybe we do leave it. It's up to you. If you open, I'll come with. If not, we can just go back. Put the decision in your hands.
Okay, which way does the door open?
It opens out, just like all the other three rooms.
Okay. I'm going to pull the door out a little and kind of peek in and see if I can see anything.
You see a hazy, steamy mist, and it feels really warm in there, almost like a sauna.
I don't know about that. I'm going to close the door. Well, not much vision in there.
Gil's kind of going to look back at everyone and look at Burnie and be like, you want to go in. We should do it.
Okay, Burnie's going to grab the door, open it, and step in and say, hey, why didn't we get invited?
I need a charisma saving throw from you.
Do you really?
Yep. Gil, did you step in behind him, or are you still
Gil
standing
would have
up?
followed
Okay.
in, yeah. Would have
Gil also needs a charisma saving throw.
But, that will be a 17 non-prime.
Okay.
Ooh, that would be a 6 non-prime.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, what's the wrong book? I should have been more prepared for this. I didn't think you would do this, but Okay, so Gil, what you see is actually, you smell it before you see it. You smell the most wonderful smell you've ever smelled in your life. It smells like the best breakfast, second breakfast, brunch, supper, dinner, and after dinner snack all put together that a poor little halfling has ever experienced in his entire life. And it smells like it's coming from the other side of the pool, but it is so hazy inside that you don't really see anything other than it looks like on the other side of the pool you see a silver platter with a bunch of food on it.
Oh, well, you had me at food. So I'm going to start heading over.
Now, Burnie, all you see is the pool, and it's really kind of hazy, and it's really humid in the room, but it just almost looks like... It's almost like the kind of haze, it's kind of dying out now. It's almost like a fog, like if it's been really cold and now the sun comes out and it's warming up and there's sort of that morning haze. That's kind of what it looks like. But as Gil sort of enters the room and starts moving toward that area, the haze kind of dissipates away. And you see that something looks like it's glowing on the bottom of the pool.
Hey, Gil. We got something glowing in the pool.
Do you see the food, though? That's where I'm heading.
I will look for the food.
You do not see any food on the other side. It looks exactly like it looked when you saw this room earlier, but except it's a little bit hazy.
I'm gonna try to catch up with Gil and scoop him up.
Okay, I mean, you can easily catch him. He's a little guy.
So you're going to keep a hobbit away from his food?
I didn't say he wouldn't fight, but you can easily catch up to him. So if you want to struggle, if he's going to struggle against that, you'll have to try to grapple him.
Okay.
What are you doing? Let's just get the food. It's just over there.
Hey, Gil, ran this something like this a few days ago when there wasn't any food.
But I can smell it. It's right there. We can leave it.
I know you can, man. I was looking for the stuff myself, and it wasn't there. And I don't see it, so I'm thinking it may be there. Let's just see what's happening. Where do you think you see this food? Or where do you see this food?
It's just on the other side of the pool. Look, we can go around the pool. But why don't you come with me, right? I got a better sense of smell. I'm a halfling. I like my food. I know what I'm smelling. Just come with me. We'll check it out.
I'm gonna keep hold of him, but I'm gonna walk around towards where he's wanting me to go. Hand on my mace.
Okay. Gil, are you passing by the southern edge or the northern edge around that pool?
The northern edge.
Okay. You easily make it over to the platter of food, and it's just sitting there. Looks like you could reach down and grab it and start eating.
That's what I'll do.
All right.
But I see it?
It's so good. It is the best food you have ever tasted in your life. Burnie, you don't see any food.
Oh, I didn't let him down.
You. Oh, did you pick him up bodily?
I grabbed him up. I scooped him up.
Oh, okay.
And I'll walk around where he says.
All right. He's telling you there's food right there on the ground.
Let me down. Let me get it.
It's not there, guy. Did I see anything?
You see what looks to be a woman floating in the bottom of the pool.
Ah.
She looks very familiar to you.
Okay. I am. Hold on, tied onto him, and I'm getting out of here and closing the door.
Gil, do you want to fight that?
Yeah, I'm just like, at least grab some food, like a handful or something as we're leaving.
Here, have some rations.
Wait, this is way better than rations. Come on, let me grab some. You don't need to let me go, just lower me down a bit, and I'll just grab some and we can go. How about that?
No. No. That's the woman that did the same thing to me. You'll thank me later. And I'm just holding on to him, and I'm heading out of here.
I mean, I'm too small to fight him, and I know that, so I'm not going to fight him. I'll just be angry, grumble the whole way out.
Okay. You shut that door.
Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna shut the door, and I'm gonna go back and hold of him. I'm gonna tell Leanise, her up.
What?
Okay, the woman from the temple, the one that was floating at the temple.
Oh, her.
Yeah, she's in the pool.
I wonder what she's doing here.
I don't know, but she's got this one, and she's got this one thinking the same thing, the food thing.
What's the food?
That was some really good smelling food, guys. I still think we should go back.
Yeah.
My stomach is rumbling.
I feel for you, dude, because it got me too.
It's not real. It's not real. You should know. You weren't there.
Smelled pretty real to me.
Oh, it smelled real. It was this pickled herring was the best smelling stuff I have ever had.
Leanise makes a grimace. It's like, oh, pickled herring. Well, as long as she stays in the room, we're okay for tonight. What about the crab?
I didn't see the crab.
Where was the woman?
She was actually floating inside the pool. She or something else had been frolicking in it. You could hear them laughing, but it sounded like a man's voice or men's voices, and there were splashes like people swimming in there.
She's fooling with us. But I wonder why she's here.
Are you still holding on to Gil? What's happening?
Yes, I am. I'm still standing holding him. Under my arm like a football.
With his legs kicking and his arms going. And...
Just throw an absolute tantrum, honestly.
yeah, right. You're like the little 2-year-old that you pick up.
Elgar and Trip, you wake up to the sound of Gil complaining loudly, "Let me go! Let me go!"
I will look with total and utter disgust over there, and I'm like, just let me sleep. I need to sleep.
Listen, we need time for sleeping. There's like a high-powered like vampire in the next room.
Then we should just leave.
Can we take the food with us? What if we all go back?
Matt, if you were saying something before, you were muted, so none of us heard you.
Still muted.
Yeah, I said I'm going to put cotton in my ears and go back to sleep.
Excellent.
I can't do anything. He's bleeding from 8 scratches on his head. He's very pale. Trip is looking very pale, like he could die at any second, and he just goes back to sleep.
See, just secure the perimeter, and we go back to sleep. We'll deal with it in the morning. What was the secret door open?
What secret door?
I just put my head back and go to sleep.
All right, Gil will calm down as long as everyone's agreed to go back and check it out in the morning.
Okay.
Yes, the morning, whenever that comes. And don't let him be on watch. No watches for him.
I've already had my watch.
Good, then sleep. Just sleep for St. Luther's sake. Sleep.
Sleep and save your energy for all that food eating.
Leanise, can't you do something about that? You put the spiders to sleep. Put him to sleep.
So, Gil, I'll need another charisma check from you.
Ooh, that's a 17 non-prime.
Okay.
Or 18 if I had level, right? Yeah, 18 non-prime.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't smell the food anymore, and, you know, you're still pretty tired because he kind of woke you up in the middle of your sleep, so you're not compelled to go back there by any means.
All right. Still want to check it out tomorrow morning, though. Some good smelling food.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him and continue my watch.
All right, your watch ends without incident, and Elgar's watch goes by without incident.
Okay. Do I hear any of the noises during my watch, or
Nothing.
okay?
In fact, you're wishing that it could have been this quiet when you were sleeping. Or trying to sleep.
I look around the room. Is everyone asleep?
Yeah. They're all there and they're all asleep.
Yeah. I will wake them at the end of my shift.
Okay.
Delicately. And with delicately, I mean with sarcasm. Starting with Gil.
Oh, Gil's not even mad. He's like, oh, is it time to go? Can we go check out the food now? We ready?
So, even though Burnie got up, he didn't really... As long as Gil slept during Elgar's watch, everybody got enough sleep to get your natural healing back, which is 1 point. Yep, just 1 point, because you're not in a very nice location.
So Trip is immediately going to cast Earthly Essence upon himself.
Okay. What is that going to do for you?
Apologies, I did not have the spell book up. I'm bringing it up as we speak.
That's okay.
Okay. Who else is badly injured?
If my Earthly Essence stuff is now accrued to me, I'm good.
It's permanent after 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm good as long as we're down here for a while.
So Samuel, that's gonna give me a 1d8 healing. I gain +1 to any non-combat related reaction in the environment.
Right, so as long as you don't leave.
That's a 7 hit points heal.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Ooh. So I get that +1 too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so you actually, well, I don't know if that would have been because of the environment, your charisma check, but we're good anyway.
That's a save. Yeah, you only get do you get checks on do you get the +1 on ability checks and saves, or just checks?
No, just checks against the in reaction to the natural environment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so you all wake up. You perform your normal morning ritualistic issues, all your patterned, habitual things that you do in the morning. What would you like to do now?
Let's go kill the crab.
Let's go find the food.
So when we go out there, are the spiders still there? And if so, how many? And are they still asleep?
They look like they're all in the web. If you presume all of them are there, there are 9 up there. You can't count them unless you climb up there and stick your face in there and count.
But are they asleep still, or are they moving around now?
They do not look like they're moving.
Okay.
And can we access the secret door, Elgar, without killing the spiders?
Yeah, because the spiders are on the ceiling, attached to the web in the ceiling. The secret door is at floor level.
All right, well, let's take our big pikes and go stab us a crab.
We don't have any big pikes, do we?
I thought we made them yesterday.
You didn't actually go do that.
We didn't.
Yeah,
when
everybody took me out when some of us couldn't go. No one would go.
All right, I can't step outside, so I'll keep an eye on the spiders. If someone could bring me back a pike, I would be very much.
I can't really either. So
I can, but I at least want to poke my head in the pool room first and see if I still see any signs of food.
You have memories of food?
Knock yourself out, dude.
There's no food in there. There's also no fog or mist. It's all just exactly like it was yesterday.
Darn. Alright, I guess I'll go make some pikes then. I don't know if anyone else can leave. Whoever else can come with, but yeah.
Yeah,
go get some
Leanise
pikes
will
made.
come with me.
Oh,
We got our spells back as well?
Yes, you did get your spells back. Elgar, are you staying indoors or are you going outdoors?
I'm going outdoors.
Okay. So it'll take the 3 of you probably 45 minutes to get some really nice spears made.
Okay.
They're not pretty, but they're about as quick as you can be, and you're trying to size them so that they allow everybody a chance to sort of get to the crab, because remember, the pit is 20 feet deep.
Right.
Yep.
And the crab is at the very bottom of the pit?
Yeah, so when they dropped, they put the grappling hook down in there to try to fish out the gems, and a claw came out from a little hiding shaft underneath, right at the bottom, and clipped the rope that was attached to the grappling hook.
Okay. So we're going to need almost 30-foot poles or something.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's gonna take you probably 45 minutes to find something the right size, the right length, the right diameter, and
you guys need an axe or hatchet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely need that to find.
I've got 2 axes. I mean, they're basically hand axes, for throwing axes, but I also have a hatchet.
So the 3 of you that went outside, give me a wisdom siege check, please.
I'm counting on the rest of my party for making this roll.
I am also counting on everyone else to make the roll, because, not looking great.
Leanise?
Leanise has lost. Yep, okay, good.
Okay, so it takes you about 45 minutes, close to an hour maybe, but you source 5 or 6 good, nice long poles that are a good enough diameter that you can still control them, and you sharpen them up and you take them all down.
While they're making the poles, I'm going to put the rug on my head and go see if I can open the trapdoor.
So, which rug? The rug from the north room or the south room?
The rug from the north room.
Okay. As you pick it up, A booming voice rings out and says, "Believe not in false gods. The power of your ancestors is enough."
Yeah, we heard that before.
Yeah, old news.
Does the voice say anything different when I take the rug out of the room?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to put it over my head so no spiders drop on me, and then inspect this secret door to see if it can be just easily opened.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence siege check, please.
And can you put a little X on the map where the secret door is located?
Yeah, let me do that.
It's 16 on the dice, 17 total, secondary.
And do you get your +1 for the environment?
That's true. Do I get a +1 for the environment?
Sure.
So it says any non-combat related reaction to the environment. For instance, +1 to a dexterity check against the avalanche, a +1 to a surprise roll, etc.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you actually, as you're searching around, you find there is a very well-hidden little piece of... It looks like it's a little pebble on the floor where the floor meets the wall there in the corner. And you were looking around, and you went to go move the pebble away to get it out of your way so you could try to run your hand around the sort of shape where the door looked like it was at. And when you pressed the pebble, when you tried to get it away and you pressed it, you hear a click.
I will stop and wait till everyone else is finished.
You can now clearly see the outline of where the door is exactly fitted in the corner.
Burnie, I think I've discovered the secret door, but we should wait for the others.
Why?
So we don't end up in the same predicament as last night.
Now that
I didn't have any predicament last night. I can carry you out if there's any trouble.
Now that seal has been broken a little bit and you can see around the door, you also smell the really nasty smell of what you're pretty sure is dead animal or something.
Yeah.
No wonder they have that door closed.
You're not going to entice me. I'm still waiting.
So you're just hanging out now for the next 45 minutes to an hour?
That is correct.
Okay.
I'm going to be working on another paralyzation poultice, maybe.
Okay. Do we want to take a 5-minute break now? We're just about in the middle, and this will be before we start the next sort of phase of action here.
Sure.
Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break. Let me throw us on the We'll Be Back screen, and we will be back in 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, and we are back. Okay, so what we were doing 5 minutes ago was Trip had found the secret door that Elgar had told everyone about, and had done something to get it to unseal, and now there's a nasty odor coming from that room, like a dead mammal smell. And in a couple of minutes, Leanise, Gil, and Elgar will be coming back in with a bunch of long spear, pieces of equipment that they just spent almost an hour outside finding and making. So anything else you want to do before they get back?
Nope.
Okay, so the three of you come back in, and you can immediately tell that door is unsealed and that there is a nasty smell coming from that room.
I figured out how to unlock the trapdoor through the power of nature. And when we are ready, there is a horrible smell coming from it, though.
I thought it was just that poultice you were making again. It smelled pretty bad the first time.
What are you doing on the floor?
I was checking for the trapdoor.
I thought we were going into the water to... No?
Yes, we are. I was just preparing an alternate route for when we're finished with the crab.
Ah.
I like the new headscarf. Good fashion accessory. Should keep it.
I have taken the rug off my head.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay. Oh, we got our sticks.
So yeah,
Cool.
I guess we'll toss a couple spider bodies in the pool, see if the crab comes out to eat them, and then if he does, stab him.
Okay, so you're gonna toss a couple of these spider bodies in the pool.
The big ones.
We can do a couple of bigs, couple of littles, just for kicks and giggles.
So is
Some
everybody
variety.
going in this room? Go ahead and put yourselves in that room then. The pool room looks just exactly the same as it looked yesterday. There's no sign of any platters of food. There's no smell remaining of any platters of food. And there is no woman inside the pool.
Gil is once again disappointed.
It's all right. I know what you mean. Or I know how you feel.
Elgar, are you coming?
Oh, yes. Indeed.
So what's your plan here? You're going to drop the spiders into the pool.
And if they float, we're going to use one of these sticks to push them down to the bottom.
Okay.
And then be ready with the other sticks. If the crab comes out, let me have it.
The crab is either going to try to eat them or he's going to think he needs to assault them because they're invading his territory.
Or it could be Vampire Woman turned into a crab during the day to kill people.
Yeah, or the crab could be gone.
Yeah?
Do we remember, because it came out from, like, the wall or something, right? Do we remember from which side it kind of poked its claw out? Because we should line up on that side, so even if it does just shove
That's
its claw
true.
out, get a good chance of stabbing down.
Yeah, which side was it?
Yeah, it was this side over here. Where I put the little marking.
So, yeah.
George, you want me to move your token?
Oh, I thought I moved it. My bad.
So if those two, if Trip and Gil can push one of those things in there and push it down, the other three of us can handle the stabbing part of it, I think. Makes most sense.
Yeah.
I'll switch with Elgar then, and Give me a spider body on my side.
Yeah, if you want to slide over Leanise, and then I can chuck it in, kind of from this side too.
One, two, three, go.
So you throw the spiders into the pool, and they take their time sort of floating down, settling on the bottom. And a couple minutes later, you see a very large crab-like creature sort of crawl out from the side here, and it sort of crawls out, and you see it put some sort of antenna-like feelers out, and it sort of touches the spider, and then it comes all the way out, and you see it start to like shovel the spider body into its maw with its...
Well, while it's doing that, stab.
Yeah, let's stab.
Okay, so go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Hey, that's pretty good.
10.
6. I think we're back to rolling horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got an
think
18. I'm pretty short. I'm close to it, or closer to it.
Okay.
Trip got a 5.
Leanise. You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm sorry, an 8.
Okay. So Gil, roll me some damage.
Just like a D6.
Yeah.
Alright, I got 5.
Okay.
Ooh. The mighty halfling stabs away.
Yes.
I'm mad at it for taking away my food.
Whatever works.
It feels the pokes of your spears as you all hit it. It's just that you didn't have enough force and leverage to actually pierce its carapace, right? Because it's really big. It's got a really thick carapace on it. And it now sees you. It's sort of, its eye stalks sort of turn to look up, and it starts swimming up. And as it swims up, it reaches out its claw, and it's going to attack one of you. And so there's 5 of you. Trip is 1-2, Burnie's 3-4, Elgar is 5-6, Leanise is 7-8, and Gil is 9-10. And I rolled a 4, so that means Burnie is going to get attacked. It reaches out and it tries to claw Burnie twice. And that is going to be a 20. And
Yeah, that
then an 18. You see Burnie get grabbed by this thing. Burnie, you take only 2 damage, but since it hit you with both claws, it is now grabbed onto you.
Okay.
And you feel it start to try to rip you apart.
Okay.
On your next turn, you're going to get a strength. I think it's a strength check to break free. And
Okay.
if you don't break free, it can use its turn to, if they have not killed it. Okay.
Okay.
Does the crab count as the environment?
No. Nice try, though.
Thanks for the ad.
So roll initiative. Hope that you win initiative. I rolled a 5.
Whose turn is it?
I rolled a 6.
Okay. So
So Bernie's got the most to lose.
yeah. You all get to go. Round 2.
Okay, I'm find out if I get out of here or not.
So before you do that, let's see if we can loosen it up for you a little bit. The crab may not be part of the environment, but the water in the pool is.
Mm-hmm.
So Trip is going to dive into the water, swimming with his force of diving in underneath the crab.
Okay.
To where he knows the tender parts are, because living on the coast, he's eaten many crab.
Okay.
And he is going to thrust upward from below the crab with his gladius.
Okay.
Come on, baby. I need you. It's going to be a 17 on the dice for a 16 total.
That's pretty good.
That misses.
Oh, that's not good.
Wow.
Bounces off the carapace. You can't get between the chinks in the... You're right, there's a lot of soft, tender pieces in there, but you couldn't get in between the two plates. Who's next?
Alright, now that this thing is coming up to the surface, Gil's going to let go of the spear, pull out his bow, and take a shot here.
Okay.
For a natural 1 on the die.
Oh my!
That is the third
Wow.
natural 1 during an attack, so all 3 of you are going to get a wastage roll at the end of the session.
What does that mean, Samuel?
So, I use the wastage rules, but I house rule them so that basically there is a chance that on your... And I was supposed to do it when you were resting last night, but then everybody went to this room and everything, so I forgot to make you do it. But basically, at the end of the day, as you're checking out your equipment, cleaning it off and everything, there's a chance you might notice that it has degraded in quality and needs to either be repaired or is actually fully broken or has lost some of its ability to be a good weapon for you. So basically what happens is when you roll a wastage roll, you're going to roll a d20 and let's see, did I write it down in here? Because I could refer you to the piece. Yeah, so... you make an unmodified d20 roll, and on a roll of a 1 or a 2, the equipment has suffered damage requiring some attention by a person who makes that type of item.
Okay.
It could mean that the weapon is fully broken, or it could just mean that it loses some of its ability to, it might lose. If it's armor, it might lose. It sort of depends on what what equipment you were using when you rolled the 1. So, anyway, so we'll deal with that when we get to that. So, okay, so that was Trip and Gil. Who's next?
Leanise will fire a magic missile at it
Okay.
for a grand total of, that is a 1, 2 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Causes it to move around. Causes a wave in the pool. Elgar.
Look, see, we softened it up. Our job is done.
On you, George.
I will attack one of the legs that is at Burnie, holding Burnie down. Is Burnie even close? Yes, Burnie's close to me. I will attack with my bastard sword.
Okay.
AC 15.
You're not able to get through the tough, thick carapace of this thing's claw.
All right.
Okay. We'll try to break free.
All right, strength check.
That will be a 22 prime.
Okay, you are able
Nice.
to take its claw, and the claws have sort of a thick upper portion, and the lower portion's almost like a thumb. It's a little bit smaller, and it seems like it's weaker. You're able to, grab onto it somehow and yank it back and make the thing let go of you with one of its pincers. So you're no longer in danger of it pulling you in half, but now it's going to attack you again because it's holding on to you. That is a 17 on the die. And you take 2 more points of damage, and then it's going to now attack you with the other claw, which is still holding on to you, and it does not do any damage. All right, that was the crab. Roll initiative. I rolled an 8.
Burnie, you're up again.
Yeah.
Okay, you on last time?
7.
All right, so the crab gets to go again. The crab did not like that Burnie pulled its claw off, so it is instead going to shift its focus either to Trip or Elgar, the 2 people that are next to Burnie. And
Now, Trip is underneath its body.
oh, that's right. Trip is not... Okay, so it is turning its attention to Elgar, and it is going to attack Elgar twice. 15 on the die, and then a 9. Does a 15 hit you?
15 will.
Okay. You are going to take...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I am AC 16, my bad.
Wrong character. Okay. It tries to grab onto you, and you're just agile enough to sort of move out of the way and knock its claw out of the way. So that's its turn on the 3rd round. The rest of you are up.
Well, I can't roll 2 ones in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, that is better. Yeah, it's a 20 total.
All right. Give me some damage.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Right.
Still up. You hit it in its eye stalk, and now it's sort of trying to move its body to get away from everybody. Who's next?
Could I get my big axe out?
What are you hold? Oh, you're holding the spear right now. You can just drop the spear
Okay.
and get the axe out. Sure.
So, yep, I will grab my big axe and take a swing at it. That's a 23.
Okay. How much damage?
For 8 points of damage.
All right. That was just enough to... Takes his axe and he slices it across the face, and the thing just kind of goes limp and starts floating down. Trip, you feel a weight on top of you start to push you down into the pool.
Yeah. I've only been in the water for 20 seconds,
Sure.
so knowing that if the crab stops moving, I'm going to go ahead and allow it to push me down.
Okay.
So that way I can sink down, grab the gems,
Yeah.
and swim back up.
Okay, sure. You do so. There are... Make sure I give you the right number. There are 2 gems down there. One...
I'm gonna grab my grappling hook while I'm down there too.
Okay. One is large and one is sort of medium size. Medium size is like fist size, okay? Large is like a big honkin' thing, like, 8-10 inches.
Ooh.
So they're both aquamarine, so they are they're sort of light blue in color, and they have a sort of darker blue vein running through them.
I thought there were 3 gems when we first saw it.
Are there 3? Okay, there might be 3. There-
One of
yeah,
them was
Three, but they
magical.
can change.
Okay, I wrote 2, but you're probably right. I might have been looking at a different entry, which is down here. So okay, so 3 gems then. 1 large, 2 medium. They're all 3 aquamarine.
Which one was magical when I was
The
looking
big
at
one.
it? The big one. Okay.
As I'm swimming up, I'm going to glance into the crab's lair. Do I see anything of note in there?
Not really. It's very narrow, and you imagine that it was kind of almost like a dugout burrow where it could barely even fit in there itself and still move around, move in and out. So it doesn't look like there's anything in there.
I'm going to pop to the surface, lay the gems on the edge, and then dive back down to get some pieces of the crab's body for my spell components.
Okay.
So what are the walls of this pool made of? That the
Stone.
crab could... Stone.
Yep.
So the layer is cut into the stone as Leanise kind of wanders around the far side and looks.
Yeah.
There's some strong claws.
Yeah.
Gil is glad he didn't get grabbed. He's not certain, but he's fairly sure he's not as strong as stone.
Yeah, that would have been,
Halfling
I mean,
squishy.
that was the, here's the entry from the Monsters and Treasure. This monstrosity will attempt to use its considerable strength and vice-like grip to rip its victim apart. Any victim held in both claws is allowed the strength check to attempt to break free. Failure means that they are held tight. If this is the case, the victim will be ripped apart and killed immediately. Before any
Nice.
resurrection is possible, the two separated parts of the body must somehow be joined back together.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
Duct tape. Wonderful thing.
that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So, so that was a close one, actually. That was pretty close with Burnie, because if he had rolled pretty poorly on that strength check, that would have been it.
Yeah, so
Okay. So Trip goes down and pulls some spell component pieces off of the crab.
And grab a leg or two while I'm down there for dinner later on, and
Okay.
then pop
So
up.
are you gonna pull the whole thing up? Because
No,
might
just to
just-
break a couple.
okay,
Maybe break a crab arm off in case we want to eat it later.
okay. What else? What is everybody else doing?
I'm
Gil
gonna
will
heal.
poke his head out and keep an eye on the
I'm
spider.
watching around and
Okay, so 3 people. So Alex, what did you say?
I'm gonna poke my head out in the main room and just keep an eye on the spiders, make sure they're not coming out or doing anything.
Okay.
if there's enough time, if someone would bandage me, that would be helpful.
Is that what George? Is that what you had been saying you were going to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You want to roll for the 1d2 for that bandage?
Yep. So that's 14 for the bandage.
Say that again.
14 for the roll.
Oh, you don't. Are you prime?
That's wisdom,
It's
right?
a wisdom, yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So
So
it's
you wouldn't get
just a
the point?
1d2.
Hey, it looks like 1 today.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Hey. Every little bit counts.
Yes.
And actually, I will heal you an additional 7 points of damage with light wounds.
Oh, that feels much better.
You feel like a whole person again.
Literally a whole person. A few moments ago, he may not have been.
No.
Yeah. It would have been much harder to put the bandage on that version of Burnie.
Yes.
And if he would have been ripped in half, he would only count as 1 share as well. Let's get that down.
Right, yes.
All in favor?
Gil kind of does a double take and was like, "Do you actually cast a healing spell? You want to stick around? We don't need Jake back. You're fine."
There you go.
Okay. So, what would you like to do now?
You're going to investigate this secret door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
for
as
sure.
well.
Spiders are still staying in their little web, right?
Yep.
Did we pick the gems up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody else keep those for a little while, and then I'll see where we get to and cast Identify.
Yeah, triple hold on to the gems.
So I sort of redrew this because you burned away part of the web. So here's the new sort of web. This hash mark area
Okay.
there is the new web on the ceiling.
And the spiders are still not moving, correct?
Yeah, you don't see any movement coming from them.
All right.
So you see that the door has broken its seal, but you can't see anything beyond it.
Well, Leanise will take the nice long pole we now have and see if we can... Is the door push in or pull out?
It's weird because it pushes in, but you see it's kind of L-shaped, so when it pushes in, it only leaves a very narrow piece to move through.
Okay. Well,
Because
one side?
when it pushes in, basically it's going to push this in that direction, the way I'm putting the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But this L-shaped piece is still sticking out, so there's a very narrow, like 2-foot entrance into that hallway.
all right, but Leanise will push it open as far as it can go, so we can look in.
Okay. You see that the hallway continues for several feet now, almost 10, maybe 11 feet, and then it looks like it opens out into a room a little bit.
Okay. And what's between the door and the opening of the room? Anything?
Nope.
Well, once more into the breach, my friends.
Yes.
The question is who?
Go ahead, Burnie. We're right behind you.
Okay, I'll get up there. I'll go through if I can go through.
Sure.
Just as a precaution, Trip is going to throw the rug over his head one more time.
Okay.
Quite traumatized by that spider grab.
It's a safety blanket.
Leanise will actually go second with her bow ready.
Okay. So here's what you see. You walk in down the hallway, and the room sort of opens out very... It's not a huge space, but it's just several feet. And you locate the sense of the nasty, or the source of the nasty smell. There are 4 holes in the floor, and one of them has a spear sticking out of it, up through it, and there is a impaled male human on the spear.
Okay.
And he has been there for several days, it seems like. So he is rotting, and he smells horrific. And
Does
what you...
he...
Go ahead.
What's he wearing? Like, what's he dressed in?
He is wearing white robes with blue trim, and that symbol that you saw in one of the other rooms of the circular element that looks kind of like it's blue and it looks like waves going in a circle.
Yeah.
With a face in the middle. It's the symbol of Elgar. That's on the shoulder and the front of the robes.
Okay. So, could this be one of our acolytes?
Looks like it.
Now, on the other side of that, let me grab a picture for you. I'm going to grab a picture real quick to see if I can show you, if I can find a picture of what you see.
So there are four holes in the floor. And
4
just one
holes
spear.
in the floor, and one of them has a person. One of them is a spear coming up through a hole and has impaled this poor young man. Okay. Yes.
So, Elgar will ask, how many of these acolytes have they found?
One so far, looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, just one in total.
And you're looking for, how many did you say? 3?
I don't know. 157 something.
Are you sure this is the Acolyte? How are you to recognize him?
I have no idea. He just looks like an Acolyte to me.
It's the symbol of Elo.
And perhaps we should gather the symbol and...
Maybe we should bring the body down.
I'm wondering if we can do the whole body, yeah. I know it smells, but...
So,
I have a rug you can wrap him up in.
So on the other side of the 4 spears, I just put a picture in Discord for you, and the audience can see it on the view here.
Ooh.
Is an amphora. But so let me caution you: the amphora in this picture is black with a sort of clay-colored patina. The one that is on the other side of the spears is silver, with gems encrusted around the edges on the top and the bottom, and gems on the 2 handles, like right at the top of the 2 handles. And the etchings in it are all in blue. The gems that are around it are sapphires.
All right.
Good. How big is this area, you say? About 20 by 20, give or take?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit smaller than that. Probably it's a little uneven and whatnot. It's almost like it was hastily completed, almost. So the walls are a little rougher, not as smooth, and it's only about like 16, 17 feet. Like it's a very odd shape, and it's definitely something that was added later.
Leanise will take, assuming we didn't take the 20-foot long staffs down here because they wouldn't fit.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Leanise will take her staff, her normal staff.
Yeah, please.
And from the corner, start waving it around over the holes in front of the walls. So kind of in this area.
I've heard like a lot of times those things are where you step on the floor.
Yeah, there's that too. I just want to make sure there's nothing weird, and then we were going to go for the floor. And actually looking at the ceiling.
How many urns were there, Samuel?
Just 1 amphora. Directly in the middle. I'll draw exactly where it's at for you. I'm going to color it blue.
Right about there?
It's right there.
Right, so now the fact that he's impaled there... but we've got the 4 holes, which is what's intriguing me.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm assuming nobody crossed the plane of those holes at this point.
I've got my staff kind of waving around over
Yeah. Nothing happens.
Right. So as long as there's nothing going through as I do that, then I'll start pressing on the floor.
Yeah, so right in front of where those 4 holes are, there are what looks to be sort of a springy pressure plates. It's ever so slight. You can tell they are extremely sensitive. But it looks like they've been triggered. Right? They've been triggered.
That's what I'm wondering, because all 4 holes are there. Okay. So carefully tapping on the floor, just to make sure there's not another one. Right next to the wall. Leanise will see if she can... I'm assuming there's enough room to clear between the wall and the first one.
Okay.
Yes.
All
right. Well, maybe I could grab hold of that one that he's impaled on and break it off. And then we'd know it wouldn't stab you, and someone could just reach over it and grab the urn.
That is a good idea. Even better.
So that's what I want to try and do.
So what are you doing? Sorry.
I'm going to get close enough to it I can reach out, grab hold of that shaft, the top of the shaft where it's stuck through, and I'm going to try to break it off at the floor.
The one with the bottom?
The one that he's impaled on.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Then I'm going to kind of lay him back on the back side of the room there. If no one else is rushing up, then I'm going to edge up to where I I saw him indicate where that plate was and reach my hand through for that urn over the hole with the shaft that's been broken off.
Okay, so wait, you reaching with your hand or the shaft?
I'm going to reach with my hand.
And so where are you standing when you do this?
I said I'm going to come up as close to that where that plate is that he indicated. I'm not going to step on it.
Right.
And then I'm going to reach through.
Okay, and you're reaching and you're trying to sort of bend over and grab the amphora.
Right.
Okay.
But you're staying only in the area where that staff that I broke, the one that I broke off is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You got your hand on the amphora.
Did we get this guy's body?
Yeah, he pulled when he took the spear off. He moved the whole body and spear. He broke the spear at the bottom and put it on the ground with the body on it.
Yeah, pass the body back to me, and I'll wrap it out here in the main room.
Okay. As you pick up the amphora, the 3 other spikes in the 3 other holes shoot up.
Okay.
God, you were standing over the one.
Bring the urn through.
Okay, you pull the amphora out, and you can see that the spot on the ground where the amphora was sitting also has a pressure plate.
Yeah.
Before you wrap the body, Trip, I want to take a look at it for any kind of like webbing or spider bites, because I'm intrigued how he got in here bypassing those spiders. I just want to see if there's any kind of marking on it indicating he was attacked by spiders.
Do you want to roll me a wisdom check? Or maybe intelligence? I'll let you choose. I could see you using either one of those to...
Well, intelligence is prime, but it's still a 5 either way, so not great.
I mean, this kid has... So he's a human male, and he's probably 18, 19 years old, so he's a man, but he's young. And he has scratches all over his body. In fact, he's got so many scratches and everything that his robes, once he's sort of, you've gotten over the shock and you're kind of looking at his body, you see all kinds of little tears in his robes where he's obviously been scratched. Now, the thing is, you can't really tell if those scratches are from claws or fangs or just twigs or anything else.
As a druid, can I check to see if those scratches are animal scratches?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
That is going to be I have nature lore that helps me identify animals. But wisdom siege check would be at 8 prime.
Okay. Some of them look like they could be animals, but it's really hard to tell because the body's very decomposed. I mean, it's been in here for several days, and so the places where you think you might be able to tell, like where animals would normally bite and whatnot, it's so degraded it's hard to tell if it's actually animal wear or if it was just, the wear and tear of moving through. I mean, obviously they must have come through the forest, so.
Makes sense.
Well, one thing I could say is, if he came through the spider's bidding, it wasn't the damage they did to us that put us down, it was the poison. So if he got that many spider bites and he didn't go down from the poison, that would be amazing. So I don't know how he got past the spiders. Maybe they were his friends or something.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if something like led him past, because he would have had to find the secret door behind all the webbing. Like, I don't know if he would have just found it himself.
Well, unless
we know they were carried here by...
Or he could have come down here with someone who knew how to get in here. Someone who led him down here and told him they were going to give him something. And
didn't you say you saw a floating woman in the pool yesterday?
Yeah, we sure did. Yep. And we run into her before. She was in a temple, another temple miles from here.
Perhaps she brought him down.
That's the kind of thing she'd do. Probably made him think there was like a cake or something over there. There's pickled herring. I don't know what he likes.
But then why didn't she go after the urn? She brought him down, let him open the door, reach for
Watch
the
him
urn.
die. I don't think she's a very nice person.
No, she's not. Why would she do that unless it's just sporting fun? But that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Sporting fun would be enchanting him and toying with him.
Or feeding him to the crab.
Right.
Or
Hey,
feeding him
convincing him to run away from the abbey to join you out here in the tombs, and then let me show you the secret. I don't know.
Interesting. So we have this item.
Got some nice items. I think we should. I don't know. Anything else we want to check in here? Any other places for secret doors or something?
If anybody can check for secret... Well, I can't... I don't know if there's... Well, could be. I mean, there could be secret doors within secret doors.
Burnie, there are 4 objects in the bottom of the amphora.
Ooh. Look at them.
They are small vials of fluid.
Oh.
Does the Acolyte have anything else on his person?
No.
This could be liquids that you find when you get a stereo system. Remember those?
Oh my goodness!
The Acolyte actually has he does have a necklace on with a symbol of Eilor on it. It's just a sort of flimsy little wooden thing because it's it's like a homemade sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, nothing else.
Does somebody want to reach in there and get them, or we want to try pouring them out letting them slide gently out onto the carpet?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you just leave him in there and bring the whole thing back to the Abbey.
Oh yeah, we'll just...
Why back to the Abbey?
Because
this might have something with Eilor.
He's their Acolyte.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind taking the Acolyte back, but hey, we're the ones that found the urn and the vials.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're keeping that, right?
We're just taking the Acolyte back.
Did the
urn,
it had sapphires. Did it have any other markings or?
It has a symbol of Eilor etched into it, and some scenes from some sort of probably worshipful scenes. You don't really recognize them. It's just kind of people doing things, right? But it does have the amphora that I posted. I'll show it to the audience again. The one on the picture here has 3 women and they're doing some kind of activities or whatever. Well, that's kind of what this is, except it's people in robes of both genders, and they are doing something that's kind of obviously looks like it's church related, and there are symbols of Eilor on it.
Right. Well, I vote we bring everything back to the Abbey. I mean, if everyone's against it, I'm not going to overrule, but...
No, sounds good to me. I mean, we can maybe sell the relic as sell him the relic.
I believe a lot of this should be taken back to St. Luke.
St. Luther?
I think it should be taken back to the highest bidder.
Oh my. That's a different approach, my.
I mean...
We have been tasked by the Temple of Eilor to find the Acolytes.
Have you?
I haven't.
Not, but I believe Leanise has.
Leanise is the only one left too, right?
Sorry, I was miles away then.
Yeah, I just ran some guys in the bar and they said, hey, we'll go out and kill some stuff. And I said, cool.
Leanise, you're like the only OG member of the party. You're party leader.
Yeah, and I think actually it was Reckmit that was the one that spoke to the whole cathedral. So none of you are bound by whatever he said to them.
Yeah.
Although technically speaking, Garrick, his brother, is with you, but Garrick doesn't know what Reckmit did.
And he's already said they're different as night and day. He doesn't even agree with his brother.
Right.
Because all right, so we've. So the one thing that let's see, what have I got left? I've only got one spell left. Damn it! I can either identify I can do an identify. I can identify one thing. Because I'm going to assume the potions vials are magic. So there's no point in detecting magic.
I mean, if we don't think there's anything else really to do in here, we got the gems, we've got this urn, we've got these vials. I'd think head back to town and secure this stuff, sell it, whatever we're going to do with it, and get ourselves patched back up, and then come out after another one of these places.
Yeah, because we've done detect secret doors in pretty much every room, right?
Yeah.
We've done detect magic. I've wandered around detecting magic. We found the gem. We found a secret door. We didn't find any others. I mean, there's a possibility we missed one.
Every room except this one, I'll just add.
The big one?
The one the small one that you just found the Acolyte in.
Oh, you're right. We didn't do a detect secret doors in here. You are absolutely true. We talked about it.
Well, I mean, if you think it would help and you've got it, do it, and then we'll know for sure, and hopefully we can make it back to town without needing your spell.
Well, Leanise can do that. We can either do detect. I can either do detect magic, see if we can find one, or I can actually find hidden doors. So I will do a look around the room carefully because I'm conscious of traps for hidden doors.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a check for the hidden doors.
That is unlikely with a 3. Oh, I hate these dice. I'm going to start rolling real dice.
Yes, please do.
What the hell? I rarely get double digits. So no.
Yeah, you don't find anything then.
Yeah. 3 goes to a 5. Ooh, a grand total of 6. Man. All right.
Should we rest up here again? I mean, it's only been a few hours, but
I don't see reason to
we just
rest
go,
up.
Well, your friend Trip over there, he seems rather injured. And who else is hurt badly?
Trip's back up to full health with that earthly essence spell. But as soon as I step out of here, I'm going to be busted up.
That's true.
Well, unless you want to stay and have it permanent. I mean, we have a place to stay. Then you keep whatever you have because you've been there for 24 hours.
Yeah, I would need to bed down and stay one more night, but I'm willing to head out if you guys are.
I mean, there's no rush. I can cast Identify on one of the items, like the gem, perhaps. And we don't go listening to any strange noises in the pool room. Just saying.
Well, I got her all upset when she comes back and that crab's rotting in her swimming pool. And her heating element's gone.
Just make it a little upset.
I don't know. I think we may want to be out of here when she comes back tonight.
If we're going, we go now, and then Trip is injured. But how far are we? We're not that far away from town, right?
No, we can easily make it back to town.
All right, let's just head back to town.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
I have a spell left, so something that could help.
I mean, Trip, you'd be up. You're not going to be like past unconscious when you step out of here.
No, I'll be at 2 hit points.
Okay.
You stay in the middle.
I say, just make sure you stay in the middle.
Stay in the middle, and we get attacked. Go to ground.
Okay, so you're going to leave, not stay.
Correct.
Yep.
Are you're not going to try to identify the gem or the potions?
No, if we're moving out, I want to keep my spell.
Okay.
Gem.
Go do that back in town.
Gem? What gem?
One of the gems that you pulled out of the pool.
I don't remember.
The big gem is. We know it is magical.
Oh, I'm only holding 2 medium gems. I don't know where the large one went.
Okay. You all make your way out of the tomb or whatever you want to call it. Let me switch maps over here. You end up going out to... is that right? Yeah, out of here. Okay. And so you were at the one labeled number 2, and you leave the tomb and you start walking along the path. Can I get a wisdom siege check from everyone, please?
We're taking the Acolyte's body too, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
assumed,
Oh, yeah.
you wrapped it up and took it with you.
Woohoo! Well, it helps me, but at least it's double digits.
I got an 18 prime.
Trip got a 21 prime.
I've got a 16 secondary. So kind of pointless after you guys.
Elgar has a 14 prime. Non-prime, sorry. Wrong character. Again.
What? So a 19, a 21, a 16, and a 14, and what was the other one?
Trip got a 21 prime.
20. Yeah, I got that one. 19, 21, 16, 14.
Oh,
I'm missing
I
one.
don't think I rolled. Sorry, I was out.
Oh.
What are we rolling?
That's
Sorry.
Wisdom check.
Oh, yeah, 4.
Okay. Who got the 19? Someone rolled a 19.
I rolled an 18.
Oh, you rolled an 18. Sorry, I thought it was a 19. And Trip got the 21?
Sir, prime.
Okay. Burnie and Trip, as you are traveling, you're all traveling sort of back along this path. And remember there was a part that was really thick and everything, and you had to sort of hack through it and all that because the forest got really thick there, and you went around some pieces and whatnot. As you move beyond that and you get back to sort of the more easily traversable areas of the forest, you distinctly smell smoke. And Burnie, as you're traveling and you get closer to the edge of the forest, closer and closer, you smell the smoke much, much more strongly, and you realize the smoke is coming from the direction of Indolophin.
Ooh.
Do you smell something? It smells like a campfire.
Yeah.
I smell a dead body.
Yes, there is that.
But there's a big fire. Like forest fire or something.
Smoke in the air. I can smell it.
Are they slowing down in front of me, or?
I am proceeding more cautiously now that I've smelled the smoke. I think it could be a campfire of some sort.
Are we still in the forest at this stage?
You're about a quarter mile from the edge of the forest, but it's thinned out enough now that if they point it out, you start to notice, yeah, there is a lot of smoke around. The smoke is not in the forest. It's coming from beyond the forest.
From beyond the forest, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, over here.
It is coming, yeah. Oh, maybe we upset the vampire.
Maybe. Told you guys not to do that with the crab.
Oh, I will have my bow notched and proceed onward.
Yeah, bow is not.
As you move down, you get to the road and you take the road the rest of the way out of the forest. And as you get out here to the plains over here, you see indeed that there is thick. I mean, you're still, you're 2.5, 3 miles from the city, from the town, but you see plumes of big black smoke coming from town, just wafting up
Rats.
into the
The
sky.
elephant is on fire.
Yeah.
Funny. And Leanise is from Undulafin, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
No, in fact, I think the only ones of you that are Reckmit and Garrick.
Yeah.
I thought somebody else was one of the other characters.
Jake,
from Halfhill.
Jake is not from Undulafin, but it's sort of his secondary home because he's from a smaller town up north. Undulafin is kind of the largest place he's ever lived.
There were two farmers though. Reckmit was a cabbage farmer when we first started, and somebody else was a farmer.
Jake was the.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Okay.
Not really a farmer. I mean, I guess he was a farmer. He's a cleric, but yeah, I suppose so.
All right. I guess. Hurry.
As you get closer, you can see that there are boats in the water out in the bay where people are fleeing town. And you can see that as you get to this crossroads here where these two roads meet, you can see that there are small humanoid figures swarming all over the fields over here around town and swimming down the river and climbing onto the shore and swarming the town.
And we make out what the figures are?
You're a little far away, but they look to be the size of small humanoids, sort of like the goblins that you were fighting before.
The goblins have come.
Yeah.
I can't stand goblins.
And so that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh. Can't run in and kill them all.
No, so the thing is that there are enough of them that they are routing the entire populace out of the town. Like, what you see is people are physically leaving the town, getting out onto the water in boats because the place is being overrun. Buildings are on fire. You see several. Now that you're closer, you can see that the smoke is not just one place, it's several places that are just smoking. Smoke is pluming up and forming one sort of big cloud of smoke over the entire area.
And you said they were coming from kind of the north?
They're coming from the north, but they're in the river, and then they're also on the other side of the river. They're not on your side.
Halfhill is to the north. Gil is suddenly very worried.
Mm-hmm. Halfhill is to the north. They're coming exactly from that direction.
So they're halflings, right?
The halflings are swarming into Laughing.
Must be a big feast.
Oh, yeah. Must be.
So we'll stop there.
Okay.
Catastrophic. So.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
It's going to change our course of action.
Yeah, there's a twist.
Where's the city guard is when you want them, is all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, probably overwhelmed. You're not really close enough to see what people are doing. All you can tell is that there are, like, boats leaving the docks and going out to the bay.
Civilians leaving. They're routed. Okay.
What is south of Oxwood?
South of the Oxwood is if you take a look at the map, it says to the glades.
Right.
The road goes to it's a very swampy Everglade type region. And then there are a couple of towns down there.
Okay.
Swampy.
Yep.
That's where the trolls. I've heard there's trolls in the area. We have to go there. We must go there. They have a Mordia staff, and they're trying to corrupt it. It's my duty to get the staff.
Well, but the staff, trolls aren't that much. We can get to town that way. We can sell his urn.
Goblins will pay a fine price for it. At the end of the day, whether goblins run the town or humans really doesn't make any difference. It's a town. They'll trade.
I think Gil might care about whether they overrun the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, goblins, they may not be able to count that well.
And Elgar will care. And
definitely.
Say
definitely.
That again. Yeah. And Jake will care, and Rekmit, and remember that
all these people.
Yeah, so Rekmit and let's see. So Zeno is off training, right? Jake is off training. Rekmit's off training, and Bert is off training. Now, Bert's not from the area, but Rekmit's from the area. Jake's from the area. Zeno's not from the area. So there are 4 of you missing that are actually from the area. And then Gil is from the area, and Elgar's from the area, and Garrick is from the area. So there's 3 in your party right now that are from the area, 4 in your party that are missing, 2 of which are from the area. So there's at least half of you that would care about this, right? This is a damaging event in your lives, at least for your families.
Yeah.
We'll have our vengeance, my friends.
I don't know if I have a topic that I want to address, except that I was reading in the Castle Keeper's Guide the other day, and it says that if you don't have a thief with you to detect traps and disable traps, you double the CL. You let that person do it, and you double the CL.
Yep.
So that's going to get a lot harder for you. Because I wasn't doubling it, I was just adding a little bit.
But
Do we need to... Go ahead, Leanise, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just going to say, but that's okay. So it goes from like a 2 to a 4, right? So it goes from a... I mean, it really depends on... I mean, it's what... whether it's a primary or secondary skill you're using.
Right.
But yeah, sure.
Yeah, it either goes from a 12 to a 16, or from a 14 to a 16, or from 18 to 22. Like that's tough. So.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, to me, it's like that makes you like Odeon, like original, where it's like, hey, anybody can do anything. It's just
it's really hard.
Could get really hard.
Yeah.
So about the weapon.
Oh yes, weapon wastage. Let's do that.
Oh yeah.
Because I got my staff.
So Leanise rolled a 1 when using the staff. Trip rolled a 1 when using the Gladius, and Gil rolled a 1. So let me just let you all know what's going on here. So now I need this book. So basically, when you roll a 1 or a 2. So when you roll a 1, when you roll a 1 in combat, it triggers a wastage roll the next time that you. Part of this is my home roll, and part of this is from the game. So it triggers a wastage roll the next time that you. That you rest. So let's trigger that wastage roll. So here's what happens. So. All right, so you were. I just got to look up the. Okay, so you need to roll an unmodified d20. And if you roll a 1 or a 2...
I rolled a 6. Sorry.
Hey, Alex, chat in Twitch is giving you a little bit of a hard time.
Oh, what?
We were talking about the thief, and they're like, "You better start rolling up the thief." And I was like, "Well, we got a thief named Bert, but he's off training to become a better thief." And Obsidian says a better thief would be present.
I think, to be fair, he failed the first trap rolls that he made, so he's actually probably more of a harm than good, because he said he was all clear, and I think he almost got Leanise killed the first time. Probably use the training, you know?
Yeah, Bert could do the training.
Oh, that was a good one, Obsidian.
So everybody passed their wastage roll, I'm assuming?
Trip got an 11.
Okay.
Gil got a nat 20. This is both some help there.
Yeah, Leanise got a 6.
Okay. I mean, as long as you don't roll 1. It's very rare. It's just that it's a... Because I don't use critical hits and critical fumbles, there is some rare instance, if rolling a 1 in combat, it's if you're rolling a d20, there's a 5% chance you're going to get a 1 every time you roll, right? But then when you roll for the wastage, you have a 10% chance of rolling a 1 or a 2, but that's consecutive rolls, so there's only like a 1 in 100 chance or something of you actually getting it triggering a true wastage where it damages your item. So basically what happens is if you had rolled a 1 or a 2, you would need to repair your item before you could use it again. Okay.
So speaking on that, next time we roll a 1, can we automatically roll the wastage roll right after that to have the odds of the 1 or 2 be less?
I mean, you can, but then if you roll it and it wastes and breaks, then you're in combat and it broke, right? So the reason that I wait until the when you're resting is so that it doesn't sort of hobble you in the middle of combat just because you rolled a 1, right? But you can if you want to. I'm okay with that, but it'll become active right then.
Yeah,
that idea actually.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if the chances are 1 in 100 of rolling 2 consecutive ones, if we wait and roll it a couple more times, then we're back up to the original 10% when we roll it later on.
I mean,
1 in 50 regardless.
No, they're independent odds regardless.
Yeah, they're independent rolls. It makes no difference.
Right.
But I do kind of like the idea. I might institute in my game. I like that idea.
Yeah. Because I think that a lot of fumble mechanics, rolling, like they can be fun, right? Like I know a lot of people find them really fun, critical hits and critical fumbles. And in fact, in the CKG, there's a bunch of tables for critical hits and critical fumbles. But for me, like, I don't want to slow down the combat just to go through and roll on a bunch of tables just for whatever, right? And at the same time, sometimes critical misses are fun because you roll and it's a wacky result. And sometimes it's just... the game is deadly enough. You know what I mean? Like I'm, pretty much in the last 3 combats, at least one of you almost died every single time. Yeah. Right. So, the last thing you needed was if you had, like 3 of you rolled 1s in this last situation. If we had rolled critical fumbles, it might have just taken you out, So I don't tend to use critical hit and critical fumble tables for that reason. But, I do think there is some... I do believe that, as an adventurer, you're using your weapons a lot, you're using all your equipment a lot, and it makes sense to me that there is some, some element of that usage that could weaken that weapon or that item at some point. And so I got to have some kind of random trigger, and so that's the random trigger. So.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Anytime I use critical fumble is if you're firing into melee.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time. If you roll a 1 when you're firing, then you could hit someone.
Yeah. So I think my actual house rule that I used to use, and I haven't used it in this game, is if you're firing into melee, you roll a 1 or a 2, it's going to hit one of your comrades, right? And then they just take damage. I think the actual rules in the CKG are you roll a 1 or a 2, and then you have to roll another attack to see if it surpasses the accidental target's armor class. And I just don't even have you roll again. I just say, well, the hit roll was a hit roll. So.
Yeah, I do if I make it simple, I just make it. If you roll a 1, you hit your. Because usually, one of your compatriots. So just save it, and they take the damage.
Yeah.
Hey Samuel, you said the well was made out of stone. Was the bottom made out of stone too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I had one last ditch plan if Burnie wasn't able to break free. I was thinking about trying to cast the sinkhole and dropping all of us to see if maybe the crab might loosen its hold on Burnie, but it ended up being unnecessary.
Yeah, but you're not outside.
You're going to drown us?
You're not outside. I mean, you are now, but at the time you weren't.
Well, I can cast it on any earthen...
With sinkhole, you have to be outside.
Do you? That's kind of outside. I mean, it's...
it's not in town.
It's a mound that's outside. We're in a mound of earth.
A constructed out of stone, constructed by some type of creature underground, is not outside.
All right. I guess it would have worked anyway. But
yeah. Okay, so I think we'll wrap it up. And partly we ended a little tiny bit early just because Robert's not here. He's in the middle of moving. He'll be here next week, we hope, if all of his services get hooked up. And then we will adjudicate the next session when we get there. So is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. Are there any questions from the crowd? I don't even know if there's a crowd. I had to turn off Twitch so it quit messing with the stream. Okay.
We got a little crowd that stuck around with us till the end.
Yeah, nice. Very good. Well, thank you for hanging out and watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And throw questions out and throw some evil suggestions, and I will take them.
They were trying to get me to push George into the trap room.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
The gnome pushing the.
the big brawny divine knight. I'm not sure he's going to get pushed around.
George, you saw that I did not do what they suggested. I was like, no, chat. I'm not going to push George.
You could totally do it though. Just go for the knees. Just buckle his legs and then.
Yes, hobble the one with the cure wounds spell. Yes, that's a great idea.
Just want to make it more exciting,
I didn't say it was smart, just possible.
All right. Well, I will let you know that if Burnie pulls those 4 potions out of the amphora to look at them or show everyone, Elgar will immediately recognize them because they are healing potions.
Oh,
okay.
That was useful.
So
you can come in handy then, yeah.
You have 4 potions of healing.
Here, little guy.
I was going to recognize them as potions of level to level 5.
Nice try. Although I will give you your XP before you because now you can't really go to town and rest because it's under attack.
Okay.
So I will give you your XP. I'll have to calculate it though, so you gotta wait. I'll post it in Discord.
We want to do the identifying the gem real quick before we end tonight.
So the only question I'm asking is, I was going to do that, but depends on how we pick up next time because I'll use up my last spell.
Yeah, you might want to save the spell for.
So that's why I was saving the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless because we're heading into a horde of goblins, unless we're running.
Yeah, I'm less than 350 away from leveling.
Yeah, so let me see. Well, I mean, if we're... I don't want to bore the viewers, but I can calculate it now. Hold on one second.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to find you a town.
Yeah.
All right, so...
That was part of it's like, yeah, let's go to town.
Yeah, you were like,
That's why Leanise wanted to go, because Leanise is only like a couple of hundred away.
Yeah, so, okay.
Actually, 264.
I didn't even think about our entire party changing and their motivations on what they're doing might change.
yeah, kind of on that note, I was going to say, Gil wouldn't really care much about Indelhofen. I mean, he would be booking it straight to Halfhill. So I think next week, I mean, even if Bert's not done with his training, I might interrupt and bring Bert, because, I mean, Gil would just head straight off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to know what our other characters are. For those of us who have other characters.
Yeah, they have other characters.
Zeno is in the mountains training with a kung fu master.
Yeah, so you may not even realize, depending on what mountains you're in.
And then he comes back and it's like, what? Goblins are in town?
You guys don't seem familiar, but you're cool. I'll hang with you.
I can punch you across the room. That's just fine.
For some reason, when I'm thinking of goblins in town, I'm thinking more like Gremlins, the movie.
There was enough of them to rout the city guard, to burn the whole town.
Well, we told them.
We did warn them, right?
We did warn him. That was Gil's entire motive.
And now I got some real questions about how good the city guard was.
Yo, coming from Halfhill, what would be the Halfling's emergency plan if something like this happened? Would they run anywhere or hide? Or...
I'm assuming they'd head down to Indelhofen, just thinking logically. Head down to the bigger town. But they also might have like an underground kind of system.
You know, now Leanise is thinking, wait, I put a deposit on my magic armor.
I know.
That better not be hurt. We better not be killed.
Yeah, Burnie was going, well, I'm glad I didn't have to put one of those down, but I didn't want to bring it up and make you feel bad.
Yeah, this has changed our plans a lot.
Okay.
Speaking on that, Samuel, I love how you got us guessing. That's awesome. Not awesome that Indelhofen's on fire, but awesome that Indelhofen's on fire.
Yeah. Okay, let me see here. So, Burnie, you had 1656, right? The last time that I gave you XP. So, you now have... You got 293 for session 11 and 538 for session 12.
Okay.
So you're now at 2487. Okay.
Okay.
Leanise, you had 2337.
Yep.
And so if you add 293 to that, plus 538, you end up with 3168.
Yep. Which is enough to level up.
Mm-hmm. Gil, you had 497.
Yep.
And if you add 238, and 538, 293 and 538.
538, yeah, that's right. Wait.
You get, here. Oops, I messed up. Yeah. Oh, darn it. you end up with 1328. And then Trip had 447. And Trip now is going to have 1378 because he also got some for doing the recap. Gil also got some for doing the recap, but I had already added that in. So
Yeah, I think that was in with the 497.
Yep.
So what was the general amount for episode 11?
The amount for number 11 was 293.
Okay.
And the amount for 12 was 538. And so we also have, I need to add Garrick in here, who gets 293 because he was here last session, but not this one. Okay, so that means Burnie gets to level up. Leanise gets to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Gil, not yet. Trip, not yet.
Leanise might have to head for the mountains.
And right now, the date is Frostig 11.
Ooh.
Yep, okay, that's when we left it. Yep. Okay. So we got back. We went out and came back in the same day.
Yeah, I mean, not very much. No, I'm sorry. It's Frostig 12. You're right, because you did sleep last night.
We did rest in that, yeah.
Oh, I thought we just kind of rested for... Yeah, you're right.
No, you took a whole rest because everybody slept for 2 hours or watched for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Well, here goes hit points. 7.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
No, it's better. That'll get me up to 15 now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have to go and train first, though, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wait till I go train. We may not get a chance to train for a while.
That's right, you're just banking XP for next level.
Yeah, exactly.
You're ahead of the curve.
I could have swore you posted the XP. Posted the XP for me somewhere, Sandy.
I think I sent it to you in private message.
Yeah, are we only doing single class, or do you entertain dual?
I generally do single class, but if you have a particular request that you, or something that you are really thinking you want to do, I could entertain it, but generally I
Okay.
I frown upon it, but, you know, I also want players to play what they want to play, so, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I think with that, that's going to pull us out of here. So thanks, everybody, for sticking around and watching us. I hope it was entertaining. You can start taking bets on who's going to get killed next time as it gets more and more dangerous here in Indelhofen. And otherwise, we can say goodbye.
Good night.
See you guys later.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks, everyone.